and you say, "Hey, Greg, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Sorry about your dad, but it's okay." And just put that like right there. Anyway, so what I was talking about was, I am a good producer, but I have a it's the whole chameleon thing. So the whole chameleon thing pretty much breaks down to this. You know how you always draw the skulls?
Mm-hmm.
I find that I always draw heads. And it's because I feel like we're so connected in some weird way. We spend a lot of time together, obviously, and we worked at Tivon and we did all that
It's
shit.
not even that. We just have the same, frequency.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, frequency is a very good word.
It's like a radio.
Yeah.
We're just happen to be tuned between the same, 0.2 and 0.5 frequency and the same. The first two numbers are the same, 99 and then point whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
We're both 99 and then we're point.
Yeah.
It'd be like 0.19.
So then if you think about it in that way, it will okay, it's like two speakers. And that brings me to another thing. Okay, this is a reminder list. Okay. So I need to buy 2 microphones, and that's it. And a camera? I already have a camera. 2 microphones. And it's like $200. Anyway, 2 microphones, $200, Dream Sand, Westworld. This is how I play games, by the way. Do you know about the whole simulation theory? Mm-hmm. That it's really like a simulation type thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is how you
have to vocalize what you want it to show you. It's like chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
It needs something to do, so you have to say it out loud, so it shows you something.
What I say to people is, it's the people listening on the phone. Imagine like an FBI
NSA.
agent. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
NSA, yeah. Like on the
Sup,
phone.
guys? We know. We don't care.
I don't fucking care.
I can't help it.
Like,
You're listening.
One of the most hilarious things is like Sarah will be like, I don't have Siri, I don't have this, I don't have that. I'm like, I really just don't care. Like, you can have all of it. Take it. Just take it.
Yeah.
Just take it.
I have a brain. They have that.
Yeah. Fucking literally. But what I was saying was, beyond all that stuff, that's for me, and I have to listen to this back later. But, there was an idea that I had where me and one of my best friends, Andrew, were having General Tso's chicken, and I was in we weren't having General Tso's chicken. I was in rehab, and we were talking about General Tso's chicken, and I wanted we wanted to do something where we compare each General Tso's chicken from places around the area, and then we try to pick which one is the best, so we just know where to go. And then do the same with pizza, and then do the same with salads,
or like seven different variations.
Yeah,
choose the best one.
Just
on taste.
Yeah, and it would be called the War 4, and because I'm always trying to think of ideas and productions, because I'm like the dude
who's inherently a creator.
Thank you. Yeah, if I had a backing, if I had enough money,
we'd be pumping the shot like fucking Livewire.
Dude, you didn't get your fucking refund check, right? No, I didn't get my fucking refund check either.
Weird.
Yeah. Wow.
Weird.
Do you know what I can do? I'm used to having like $200 in my bank account on cap, no cap. That's it. And oh my god, and living with $200 in my bank account because it's either I don't know how to spend correctly, or I'm just not working enough because of whatever fucking reason. And
which are both a lot.
Huh?
There's no such thing as spending correct. Well, but there's no such
I
thing
could
as
be
not
saving.
Yeah.
I could be putting away money, but I'm like, this thing is universally important right now. I need it. Like
That's where I'm at. Where it's it's important. It's not that it's like I don't know if it's like it's a mix of both. It's a mix of the ego being like I need it now, and it's a mix of like okay ego, and also I guess it would be helpful now.
Do I really need this? Is it really necessary? And it's like it's a Hawaiian shirt and it's summer and I want that, so I'm gonna take it, and then I'm $10 down. But regardless, I realize that in the end I'll eventually make enough money to have another one. But as we sit here right now, I think I have like $5 in my bank account because I'm out of a job. I didn't have any refund check.
Did you sign up for unemployment?
No, because I quit my job before the coronavirus hit. So literally, if I held on for maybe like 3 more weeks, I would have at least had unemployment. The reason why I quit my job.
Sign up anyway.
Sign up anyway?
Sign up anyway.
You can?
You're unemployed, aren't you?
Yeah. I thought you... Oh. Hey. Thanks, Kevin.
Is it not called...
I didn't know that.
Is it not called unemployment?
I didn't fucking know that shit. Jesus. Okay.
What's it called?
Man, that's some fucking shit. Anyway, what I was trying to say is the universe will put you in certain spots at certain times. A great example of this is with me and my ex, who I'm still madly in love with, but can't because she hates me. She was perfect for me at not that time. If I was with her now and knew about kind of more, and was the person that I am now, we would have been perfect together. If I was the person that I am now, and she was the person that she was then, at least, we would have been perfect for each other. but we couldn't.
Now it's like switched.
Yeah, no, seriously. Now I feel like frequencies, whatever you want to call it, whoever, because there's going to be people who may listen to this. Yeah, just the vibe that we have for each other. If I lost my train of thought, but if we do this, and if we do commit to this, and if we do have the
another form of like accessing her.
Yeah, no, oh no, this is different. This is beside the point with her. You know, I actually can talk to her because I'm schizoaffected, so I hear voices. And I can distinguish the voices because I've listened to them for so long. And I'm very keenly into myself. You know, it's not like just shit doing this.
Yeah, shit doing this and you're just like,
oh! No, it's because I realize my point in the universe and I realize that...
It's not even, you're being here now, you've been in it for so long, it's like, well, this place is definitely real because I'm definitely in it the whole time.
Yeah.
So like, I have no choice than to like listen to that and be here now.
And be here, trying to figure out this entire thing.
Because at first you're kind of just in limbo. You're like... Am I going insane in one direction or the other? It's like it's
insanity either way.
You have a surfboard, and you're riding the fucking wave of insanity, bro. It's wherever you are.
That's exactly what it is, man. You know,
you're the cosmic silver surfer.
Thank you. And yeah, I would like to look into the Silver Surfer's lore a little bit to figure that out. Because, dude, it's like being Sherlock of your own goddamn life. It's fucking hilarious. Like figuring out how to do this is just Tetris. It's not Tetris. What is that? Yes, it is Tetris.
It's Tetris, but with no money.
Yeah.
So all the blocks are, you don't know what colors they are, so you don't know which ones will disappear, but you just gotta try anyway.
You just gotta try anyway. Just try to figure out which ones fit where, how to fit the shit, and then when it fits, congratulations, the universe or the government or someone down the line will just give you $10. That will give you a little bit more gas in your car. That will get you to the job, whatever the
whole domino effect theory.
Me coming here, you saying to me, hey, why don't you just sign up for unemployment? You're unemployed, right? Just doing that, you know? But, whatever.
But it's like small shit that you already know that you need like the weirdest push out of nowhere. Not the push, but it's like, oh, that's a button that I was going to push anyway, but like it got pushed in a different way.
Yeah, literally.
Shit's fucking weird.
Shit is fucking weird, man.
And then, what's it called? My main theory was basically like, even though we're going to do this now, definitely just like, it's not like start working on it. It's basically reassuring myself of like things that I've already been doing that I've accidentally... I want to say accidentally. It feels like I knew I wanted to do this inherently, and I kind of just started doing it. But it feels like my brain's catching up. Like, all right, the body's already doing this. We're gonna think about it. It's like, okay, we're already doing it. Great, just keep doing it.
Word.
And it's kind of just like really highlighting the whole local aspect. Because I'm very much I've never not been a fucking hood rat in Hartford, just running around. So it's like, why not? Why don't I just like let's make it work for us? It's like, yes, I'm local here. It's like fucking fine. I'm gonna be here. Might as well like fucking get the money fucking going on here, and then I can dip.
You watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
As a kid, yeah.
Yeah, what do you mean? I collected the cards. I collected them by stealing them. The Millennium Eye.
Who was the motherfucker with the golden eye?
Pegasus.
What does the golden eye do? You can see through the cards?
Hard the cards and shit like that?
Okay, sure. I see it as he just has a better intuition about people, about opportunities, about things, but he has to overcome his transgressions, his shit in life, so he can become better in life.
Who?
Me. Jordan talks in the third person sometimes because
I feel that. Yep, I do the same thing.
Things are trying to hold me up, so it's hard.
That's
I deal with a whole lot
people.
of shit in here, so it's hard.
That's what I said. The whole like you, me, and Sarah rolling on acid. That's when I realized the whole.
Dude,
spectrum.
that was an entire fucking session.
That was a whole
alternate
lesson. That was a whole lesson.
Yes,
that was a whole 4-year course in a matter of hours.
Literally, dude, I'm expecting like. That is acid.
That was the earth on a small scale.
That is acid.
That was the earth on a small scale. That was humanity on a small scale. It's like the mother, the son, and the father.
Literally,
like,
dude.
You had like the one who was like, I'm here for love. That scares me a little bit. Like,
yeah.
You have the guy in the middle who's like, well, you knew that, and also I already know that side. Like, I'm from that. Yeah, like it's insanity. And you have the guy who was like, I'm also from love, and I'm also dipped in insanity, so let me just like chill in insanity real quick.
Yeah.
So I'm just like the translator, and I'm just like, you both already knew this, but one's on one side of the spectrum, one's on the other side of the spectrum, and I'm inherently like the fucking middle. I'm just like...
Remember the whole Sarah thing where she was like, we just started a cult. Jordan's going to be the dude who writes the books, Kevin's going to be the face, and I'm going to be the business. And I'm like, Sarah. Because the funny thing is...
That's literally how the world started.
Because imagine if Sarah could get behind this. Imagine if Sarah could be... I know. But I'm just saying, this is us just in the clouds right now, just dreaming. What if Sarah could stop whatever she's doing, just talk with her homies for a second, and just be like, okay, Sarah, if you get behind this will be because we vibe and have vibed, and we haven't vibed in a little bit. At least the three of us. It will go so much faster, exponentially faster, if we can get Sarah on board to this. Because I'm not fucking. What is it?
Just the whole setting of it. It was like you got the white Jew, you got the black African, you got the Afro. Yeah, you have both of them Afro Caribbean. You have both shades that you need. You have the darker shade and the lighter shade.
If you want this one, you want this one. Yeah,
and you had the white Jew.
Pieces fit.
The female white Jew. I was like, this is the most biblical thing that's happened since the Bible.
And I'm like, if we can get Sarah, because she wanted to do Chucks until I don't know what happened, but if Sarah can get behind us, if Sarah can be our manager behind me doing whatever the fuck I'm doing with my production, because this is something that I want to call Tea with Jay, which is therapy. Because I used to do this thing with my therapist. I recorded every single, or at least most, so like the Midnight Gospel, but with my therapist, a really good therapist who was like existential and Christian. So I could.
Those are the fun ones.
I could hit it with him, and he was fucking. He retired, but I could.
Weird. Fun fact now. That's where I'm at now with like Christianity. Now I'm starting like I already knew this, but now I'm starting to like, oh shit. Here's another like example of the scriptures. Like the pretty sure the Bible's the most psychedelic book we've had.
Literally last night, and this is weird because we're going back and forth, and this happens all the time. And imagine if we were on like acid. And by the way, I'll tell you something. Remind me to come back to weed. Not come back to weed, but come back to weed. Remind me to come back to weed. I was on acid last. I was on acid last night. Yeah, no, I was on acid last night. And I looked up because I started a new company that I'm not going to say. I followed you last night.
I know,
but yeah. And I looked up a quote. It was about gardening, and it said, "Jesus something something something." Mary thought Jesus was a gardener because he carried an axe. And you know the shit that I have, my giant fucking stick that looks like an axe.
I don't want to say anything.
No, I'm not fucking Jesus.
Yeah, no.
Everybody, and that's the thing.
No, it's not that.
That's the thing you have to give up.
You say that.
Yeah.
And that's relating back to the whole, like, I was thinking about Bible scriptures, and then I was in, like, a whole Salvation Army, and I saw this one little thing that just called out to me, and I bought it.
What'd you get?
It's literally what you just said. It's a picture of a dude.
Yeah?
It looks like a tarot card. It's in my room. I'll go get it. I'm just not going to say it.
Yeah. Everybody commits suicide. You can't help it. Sarah. It's like, help us manage this. Help us manage this. You just want to kick back. That's the whole point. Where you live, wherever the fuck you want to. You really think I live there? I don't live there. I work there. I live wherever it's close and cheap. Because that's where I work. That's the thing. They could be broken. I didn't talk to you without picture. What do you think the cat was fucking? It was like, where the fuck's Kevin? Hi. It's nice to see you. Bam! This is me! This is me! Oh my god. You know what?
I was even in the perfect world. Let's say I was God, because we're all the same. We're all. Go ahead. God is the great flame. We're all a candle that was lit from the great flame, right? Essentially,
yes.
That's what Buddhists are saying.
You know, motherfucker would hold it right here, but put it right there. Exactly. It doesn't matter. Oh, look at that. It's the baby.
The baby.
The baby. All right, what you got, man?
What's it called? I was like, even in a perfect world, is how do you create these systems that are like self-sustainable or self-functioning? It's like you need the inherent. It's weird talking about this because it's very schizophrenic, and so like
This is the point.
Many different references pop up because that's what like schizophrenia that kind of just feels like your brain is hyper aware of all the
everything, all the signs, things are talking to,
and it's like, it's like a computer. It's like you're running theories in your brain to like try and disprove it.
What
but
I'm
it just
doing
keeps proving
all
it
the time.
Mm-hmm.
But people, it's because you don't want to be the outside nigga who's like, I know, I'm sorry,
who's woke.
who's woke, but people are gonna be like, no, he's just a schizo.
Woke, this establishment.
Yeah.
He wants to tear things down.
You know, in
he's
like
sick.
Indian countries, when children say, "I hear voices," or doing like that,
They're praised.
yes, shamans.
They're fucking
in
praised.
Mexico.
Yeah.
What do you think? Imagine way back, because I don't think mental illness or schizophrenia or whatever, bipolar disorder.
It only popped up when the white man showed up and they didn't understand it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Which is fine.
No.
I was like,
I think in like Mexico,
Yeah.
like the Mayans, the Aztecs, they would immediately be merited as shamans. I hear voices. What? What? And then they would talk.
I barely hear mine. What do you mean you hear more than one? Like,
Yeah, literally, dude. This is fucking fantastic.
So
I have
I saw-
the hat, the scythe. I have everything.
I saw
even have
that
the
and I was
fucking
like-
shirt. I'm wearing the fucking shirt.
Yeah, I was like, this is basically like, it's like someone has to tend to the garden of life.
Dude, what
Death.
is you? It's called. I don't want to say it because people are gonna try to steal it, but it's Death's Gardening Company. Dude, the people that I can speak for, I talk to God all the time. Talk to God, and that's the thing. I don't need to say talk
You know how
to
you
God.
say you talk to yourself in like third person perspective?
Yes.
That's what I was trying to like. This is the thing. When you explain it, that's how I know we're both like we're two peas of the same pod type shit.
Yeah.
Very much so on the schizo train, but
Yes.
that's why I felt like I was the great like not bridge but translator between you and Sarah.
Thank you.
'Cause that was-
Jesus. Yeah.
I was the
'Cause,
great bridge. Whatever you were saying, I
Yeah.
understood it.
Yeah.
But forever her, she was like shook,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, what do you mean? Everything's fine.
Because Jordan is up here, Kevin is
I'm
here,
little, Sarah's like
here,
not
but
that-
we all have a little bit of the shit.
But we're only in each place, so we're holding each other up.
Exactly.
Like, what's it called?
So
It was
that's
like-
why if we get Sarah, we are. If we get Sarah,
it's the Holy
in this-
Trinity,
Thank you, but
law of three type shit.
yeah, dude. Let me just say this. I wanted you to draw something for me. I wanted you to draw me a Reaper so I can make a clothing brand out of this, so we can get a little bit more money. And imagine if it gets big and
So
we
we
have
have
enough
a
money to
Reaper
make a
with a
spot. Yeah, like I have the website, I have this, I have that, blah blah blah. Like I need a little bit of money to do this and make it right and take and put some, like
Basically, just
you know,
initial
Legos.
resources. Yeah.
I'm really like autistically, not, and I should spit, but autistically good at putting together puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
But the irony is, I hate puzzles. I'm autistically good at games, but I hate playing video games. I would rather be in the universe, be in the world, and play that game.
It's funny you were saying that. I was
Yeah.
really trying to play a fucking video game last night, and
Yeah.
then I was like, it was like the jitters, like when you're sober and you're like, your
Yeah.
body trying to like, it's just shit. It wants to fucking do something,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And then I was like playing the game, and I'm like, I'm like, I don't know if it's the anxiety or whatever it is, the existential like push to want to do something,
Sure.
or didn't do it, or whatever it is, the existential like great fist in the soul,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Trying to
I
push
have
it,
that all
trying
the
to
time,
trying to
dude.
push you to do something.
Yeah.
That's why
Why
I-
aren't you doing
That's
this?
why I smoke.
aren't you doing
that's why,
that?
No, that's why I smoke, because I'm like, all right,
Uh-huh.
great force, just like relax. I'm trying
Yeah,
to. Just
sure.
let me figure it out, dude.
Uh-huh. This is fucking beautiful. I can't take this.
I saw
can't
that and I was like, that's
can't fucking
like
take
someone
this.
has to be the Reaper.
Hi. D's.
She's trying to get back in.
Okay. Do you think? Anyway, Jordan can talk for God. Jordan can talk for death. Jordan can talk for Satan, but he prefers the devil or Akuma-san. Jordan can talk with Jordan. And this thing Kevin just presented me, I'm like, dude, this is the moment. It's been the day. It's fucking amazing. I'm the narrator. Occasionally.
Basically, that's what I was explaining to someone that like
Kevin's a little bit.
the whole like talking in third person perspective. Because I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I just see it because like, the way that I rationalize this, the whole like law of 369 schizophrenic bullshit. And
Yeah.
my brain's like, this is why we're
For me,
okay
it's
with
42. And it happens all the time. And
it. I was
it's
just saying, two like
Yeah.
same frequency, 99.42,
42, 99.96.
96 or 369.
Yeah. It's the same thing, dude. And then watch Sarah be like,
The frequency just feels like it's like
Some
our.
else.
It just feels like it's our
Yeah,
address.
we could
It's our
be
cosmic
100%.
address. Our frequency just happens.
if
to
you
be-
want to hang out here, here's where we'll
tune
be.
into frequency 2020.369 or
2020.42. What's up? We'll be hitting you. And that's another thing. I had it's called the S4M. It's called the radio. S4M RDO show, yo. It's a radio
Bang.
station. Bang. And the whole point is it's just music. You know, it's an app. For me, let's just say it's not a line. It's not linear to ascend to some place. And Sarah, if you are listening to this, or Sarah, if you are, I don't know, it
It's
doesn't matter.
definitely not linear though.
I know, it's not. It's a circle. Where
Yeah.
Sarah ends, I begin. No, where I end, kind of. Where I end in the top is schizophrenic, Sarah begins. And then and then you're in the middle. No,
Yeah.
let me circle this back to weed, what I was saying. There's a reason why weed was taken away from me. There's a reason why I can't just smoke weed. There's plenty of schizophrenics who can smoke weed. There are plenty of people who have bipolar disorder who can smoke weed as well. But for me, it just doesn't work. I have a manic episode. It's because things line up like that.
It puts you more in tune.
Yeah, you don't know. But the day before, I was in New York City, and the entire city... Dude, I forgot. I talked to fucking God in the flesh. Dude, I was going there. No, literally. He showed me the Bible. Not the Bible, but the book.
Mm-hmm. The book.
So I was driving into New York City. I had to piss. I just got off my grandma's house. This is a long story. Jesus. I don't want to tell it. I was headhunting a man, because I am death, or the Reaper. But a thing I will say is he's not looking for souls. This is a thing. The Grim Reaper only uses his scythe to tend God's garden, not to kill people. It's the easiest thing in the world to remember. Mm-hmm. A scythe is used to tend a fucking garden. It's not used to slice off heads and have a good time trying to get enough momentum to slice off. That's what I was like. You were actually trying to get off with a... Literally. So, Reaper was going on a headhunt. I was looking for a man named Sam Sheffer. I roll into New York City. I know where he not lives but works. 368 Broadway, New York, New York. I drive in. I find a nice parking spot, literally right next to it, on the groceries, right next to it. Park, walk around. I had to take a piss. Go to the back of 368, take a piss in a garden. Not a garden, but it's like, the fucking side shit that you have. Mm-hmm. Walk around, and I see a guy smoking, and I'm like, that guy looks interesting. He looks homeless, but he looks interesting. And I have a little bit of CBD on me, because I don't think I was smoking weed at this time. Mm-hmm. But I have a little bit of CBD on me. And I walked, and I was like, what's up, dude? And he was like, yeah, how you doing? And I was like, what you smoking? He was like, a little bit of Earth's Tree, or the ganja, or whatever the fuck he said. I sat down with him, and I sat down with this dude for like 30, 45 minutes, and he was just talking about life. I wasn't listening. I was looking. I was looking around, but he was talking about life, existence, where we go, who we meet. If I recorded this conversation like I'm recording this conversation with you, it would have millions of views if a person decided to share it. Shut up. Yeah, actually, that's a person saying, word, respect, what's up? Yeah. Dude.
That was the world
guy,
being like, true.
This guy could explain anything to you and make you feel so comfortable with the idea of death. That's why they say God met with death. I'm not death. I'm Ashura from fucking, Soul Eater. Madness. Because if you listen to me for long enough or spend enough time with me, you will eventually go insane, because you will start to see the simulation breaking down. You will start to see your signs, not my signs. Yeah. Your signs going.
But that's why I tell people with psychedelics.
Oh, wait, let me just finish.
Go off.
And then guess what? I looked up, saw a few birds. He told me how he missed the love of his life, his wife, and I said, don't worry, she's with you all the time. I said, she is he was wearing a coat. It was like January. He was wearing a coat. I said, she is the coat on your back. She is there for you all the time. Don't worry about it, man. And then Sam Sheffer walked by like this. It was fucking ridiculous. Sam Sheffer walked by like this. And I said, Sheffer! And then he didn't turn around. I said, Sam! And then he did this, and he was like, not today. He looked behind, and was like, not today. Now, I saw Sam Sheffer 2 more times that day. I spent my entire time. I did the Jesus walk, which is walking from 368 Broadway to Home Depot and back. And I did it in these sandals. And then when I was going home from my adventure around the city, I wish I had it recorded. I wish I had it. It was a beautiful experience. But that's why I can't smoke weed, because people will start to listen, and they don't want that. The thing is, and this is a thing, this is a theory that I came up with. If people want to see me smoke weed again, it has to be like that net, but it has to be a glove to catch me. Because I skyrocket. If me, you, and Sarah, in quotes, are a circle that is just spinning, it's just a spiral, a fucking Beyblade that doesn't stop, and
it's
just
like
a drill.
Magnets.
It's a fucking drill. Yeah. Exactly. Then, when Jordan smokes weed is when the chain breaks, and then we just try to find the ceiling. It's like Gurren Lagann. Exactly. Boop. And that's the end of my story. Kevin. I usually never talk for that long, and I'm really bad at stories, but that was actually pretty good. I'm proud of that one.
That was really good, yeah.
Damn.
That had like the linear context to it. You finished it.
Shit, homie.
That was good.
Yeah, good. I never do that. Thank you. That's what happens. He calms me, dude. I'm hypersensitive. Hypersensitive. Thank you. The hypersensitive. You know, I have images and dogs and people and this and that and different things. There's a reason why they call me Death the Kid, but then I stop them and I'm like, no, he is a person. Death the Kid is not Death the Kid. Death the Kid is in the anime. I'm Ashura, but I only take his name. And don't make... And people are like, he's the Antichrist. And I'm like, not really. He exists. If you want him to be me, I can, but you don't want it like that. Dude,
I think
my entire journey through rehab was this entire thing. And whatever. I'm sorry. Go for it.
It's like, I think... Not anything. I saw... I forgot how I got to the post. It was like somebody was trying to explain what the fuck is death.
Yeah.
And one of the the more you go back in Buddhist texts and shit like that, the more you go back in any of your human text, it gets more not remedial, it gets more simplified because they were trying to put more depth behind it. Mm-hmm. They just didn't have the culture and the words to or the euphemisms to put the depth behind it. That's why it's like there's this Buddhist text that's regarded as oh yeah, that's why we die in this world. We're being dissolved by something, a bigger beast that we can't even fucking comprehend. We're just being eaten by something, right?
Sure.
That's literally the only reason.
Oh, I just burped. Oh, that's funny. Fuck. See? And it will keep happening.
Yeah, it's like
fuck.
It's. I said that something ate us, and you went.
Burped.
Weird.
Anyway, continue.
But yeah, that's what Ashura is. Ashura is another depiction of the Great Eater. It's like
in Soul Eater, Ashura is the Kishin's madness, and he is the eater of souls that have not eaten souls. You know.
Yeah.
He's the great beast. Watch Soul Eater. He's the dude. See what happens when you spend time around him. What a death. Big Daddy Death. Not Death the Kid, Death. Had to do. He had to wrap him up in his own flesh and put a whole bunch of fucking shamanistic shit around to keep him in there. It's fucking ridiculous. And the people want to wake up the beast. And I'm like, you don't want to wake up the beast. That's weed. Weed will do that to me. Weed will do that to me. There's a reason why I can't smoke.
No ganj for George.
No ganj for G. Because goddamn.
No ganj for George.
Nope. I actually can change that, but no.
What's it called?
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Reality is the biggest trip. I'm just glad that we both know each other, so that because if we didn't know each other, we have to explain this like I'm sure we'll find other people to explain this insane shit. Mm-hmm. But I think our relationship was special because we got to work on the actual we had to present ourselves to the public.
It wasn't literally just you get to get back and draw or whatever the fuck.
That was after the point.
Yeah.
It's we have to present the public face and then secretly agree yeah, this is all bullshit, and then just deal with the realization after that.
Yeah,
this is just the aftermath.
Yeah.
That's why it's doing acid and shit. It's all right, you already learned your lesson, you have to go apply it before you can get to the next
now
lesson.
I feel like it is, and I'm okay with that. Cool. Honestly, just being a little bit more easy, with acid, because I like to take acid. It's a good drug.
Same. Yeah. I just realized it's I want my own thing now in terms of that's the body in this realm self-actualizing. We can't have fun with our brain because our body's not where it wants to be in terms of working for itself or being free to work for itself or self-liberty type bullshit. But I think the greatest not the greatest. I think in probably who knows how many timelines ago this probably happened. There was a timeline where they were like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, let's just let everyone do whatever they want, listen to all the people.
Sure.
And then everyone started being all self-sufficient and shit. But then everyone who was self-sufficient, who wasn't before, started repeating the same mistakes of everyone who was self-sufficient before. All the first great leaders all the terrible shit they did, people in this age would probably start doing only because they didn't have the experience of actually being or making their own shit, as opposed to just that's the whole Republican argument. You can't give people shit because they don't know how to value it. And I'm like, yes and no.
I feel that. I've had some of those personal experiences.
That's really what I was saying with my little brother earlier. Yeah. Every time he sees me, he asks me for $10. I'm like, I get it. Yeah. I'm a big brother, but stop being a fucking we have the tools. I use them myself. Mm-hmm. Get out of it.
I feel you.
So it's that's the greatest fear. But then it's that's when white people start getting into psychedelics, and they're well, we give everyone the capabilities to do everything and make everyone a citizen. That's how Star Wars happened. It starts colonizing planets, and we just repeat the same thing that we're doing now, just on a bigger scale. Instead of Black Lives Matter, it'll be the Rebellion Front, which is what it is now.
Word.
And we'll have Star Cruisers and shit.
and
Millennium Falcons and shit.
It kind of is fucking Star Wars. Jesus.
Yeah,
the
for
Rebels.
Sure. Yeah, that's exactly what Star Wars was. Darth Vader is one of my favorite characters, but it's only because when I was a child, I only saw the first part of the movie, seeing all the good shit he did before he turned evil, and then realizing, oh, evil just made him look cooler aesthetically. Like, yeah, he fucked up once, but like, you can't discredit all the good shit.
I'm gonna kind of take that, because imagine if people actually buy into this and they're like, damn. Because imagine like I'm gonna say episodes, because this is called Tea with Jay, and the whole purpose is therapy with Jordan, and the whole purpose of this is like go through people, and we have to be completely honest, and it's a good conversation. If the conversation's not good, then I bunk it, and that's how the Patreon special goes. But because I'm always trying to think, I always go through the cycle, and I can't. I don't have to.
You have ideas, and then you know the practical application in this realm.
Exactly, in this realm. How can I make money off of this so I don't have to do this
also,
later?
Back to your whole, like...
So I can write books about this shit.
Talking, like, third person, I do the same shit in my brain.
Yeah.
Because that's what I tell people, like, I'm the ego death. That's, like, what I realized. I would, like, my whole life until the ego death, it's always been, like, on the lowest side of low, right?
Word.
And, like, and if not on the lowest side, they were definitely digging to make it lower by accident. Not on purpose, and not because of, like, we want to. Or rather, because things were happening out of control. Like, we were trying to do it the way we knew, but then, like, the inherent difficulties of life and growing up happened. Like, new relationships, and new this and new that. And then acid, it's like, oh, you poor thing, here's the other side of the coin.
Yeah, seriously.
It's like,
it's okay.
Also, you are the coin.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Dude, it's everything. Well, because a lot of people...
It's more like, you are the coin, don't worry about it. Like,
yeah. Well, for me, the first time I fucking took acid, it wasn't necessarily that. For me, it wasn't this exact experience.
No, it wasn't the first time. The first couple of times were fine. I mean, it's the time that I, for whatever decided, I woke up that morning and I was like, whatever, man, acid day. You know, like, you know, I'm going to try and meditate. And that's when I meditated on acid is when I...
That's the one thing I actually didn't do. I was always trying to do something. Well, not really. I took it slower. I took a step back. Calmed me down. It didn't feel as stressed, and it was a good feeling. You know? If I could get that in a medication instead of taking the shit onto. But...
No, but that's... what's it called? That's the reason... The way that I feel on acid is the way that I feel like when I'm doing shit that I want to do. Like, just in feeling capable and then executing on that feeling. Does that make sense? It's like, no, you can go to 100 miles per hour and then go into a racetrack where you can go 150. Your car can only go 90.
Yeah.
So you still get that's what inherently what the Republican dream is. It's like, just because we can lift 150 and we have to, our great leaders lift 150, doesn't mean we won't have just as fun going 80 or 90. Really? And keeping this going for a long time, because that's what we like. We like shit to last a long time.
When it doesn't have to.
Like,
it literally doesn't have to.
Especially when it doesn't have to. It's because we're attached to it. It's new. We like it. It's like, because we're all grown as people and adults are just stunted kids.
Yeah, we're
stunted babies. Or like, just explaining it feels inherently redundant because you already know what it is. But it's like, God, it's just the whole, like, your brain trying to keep on trying to. It's like fact checking. It's like, all right, we knew we realized this yesterday, but let's try the theory out again today, just to make sure we're not going fucking insane. And it's like, you already went insane. Like,
you're already insane. I'm seeing a bunny right there, but it's not. It's the fucking.
It's like you're going.
The shadow's doing this shit. And it's not a bunny, or it's not whatever the fuck it is. It's trying to tell me that this is like a white rabbit situation. Just write it out. Let's write it out. You know? You know how people come to like Ram Dass and fucking Alan Watts, and will like try to touch their feet like a Maharaja situation, like the Grand King. Yeah. Like, you're the Grand Master. Teach me how to become enlightened. Essentially, that's not the journey, man. That's not the trip.
Like, I'm the teacher that's like, bro, I didn't learn shit.
Yeah, I didn't learn shit either. People come to me like,
nothing to
how'd
learn.
you do
They
it?
showed me the book and it was blank. You have to write it yourself.
Thank you. That's how you fucking do it. You have to, like, for me,
it's
it was
a sketchbook. Yeah. A great book. The Bible, it's a sketchbook.
I was thinking about doing that with fucking manga, and you just fucking, that's actually pretty funny. Oh, you're disgracing our flag. You're disgracing the book. I'm like, oh, dude, it's a book of morals. It's a book of morals. How do you know that all that happened?
It's a cube that's expanded.
Real? Oh yeah, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, that would be a cross. That would be cute.
It's a representation of a crude ego death.
Yeah,
it's like
a what?
A crude ego death.
Explain it to me.
So your ego is basically safe in a box.
Yes.
Ego death is when you don't break the box. You just kind of take it apart together, realize you were in a box, and be like, all right, shit's crazy. And then you're in your box again, and it's like, all right, now we need to figure out how do we like yes, now we understand that everything outside the box exists, but also everything inside the box is also as valid, right? Because it exists on our spectrum. How do we make this last so we don't have to face that scary thing?
Yeah, I just saw something over there that was supposed to be scary. By the way, before you pointed to it.
So the Bible is essentially, it was just the first, like, just in case you lose your way as a people type shit. This is the bare fucking minimum that you need. Or that was the first Bible, and then it just got reinterpreted. It got reinterpreted for financial human reasons or XYZ cultural financial human reasons. But the first Bible was basically like, yeah, no, man, everything's absurd, and we know it, and it's never gonna make sense, and it doesn't have to. You just need to know what you want to do.
Word.
Like, like I don't know. The more I realize, because I grew up around a Christian family, I was not anti-Christian. I inherently saw the bullshit in it. I was like,
I didn't. Actually, I didn't care.
I didn't care.
I didn't
was care. Because I knew that other people had different religions and they were still terrible.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's why I never understood, like, Muslim hate growing up. I was like, you're Christian. You're just as fucking bad. You're terrible, if anything. So if it was good, Chief. So if anything, it was like, I don't know, man. Just growing up in heavily, I got the, like, I always inherently knew that religion was a good thing of what it applied to people. Because all these people were all miserable at home. They treat everyone however they want to be treated, contrary to their book. But as soon as they got into this holy place, singing and dancing and having a great time, and suddenly everyone knew what rhythm was, and suddenly everyone knew how to do music. But then you go home and it's like, good night, and you wake up back in, like, the terrible shit.
Yep.
So it's inherently kind of just like a reminder. It's like, all right, yes, you're yes, you're going through, like, terrible shit, but, like, in case you need, like, a bare bones scripture guide on how to, like, keep the planet going.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
And
Adam
be kind
and Eve
to each other. You know.
Huh? Yeah, it's literally just be kind to each other, and, like, you only need a male and a female to procreate. Procreate, not marriage, not this, not that.
Just do it.
Yeah, procreate inherently implies that you're creating a society. Whether you love this woman or not, you're going to create a society, and you need these rules to set up the next society.
Word.
Not that you need to, like, because you could, like, oh, by all means, go ahead, try doing it, like, without books and without free, like, just go ahead, do it freely. Go.
It's like doing it without lube. It's like doing anal without lube.
You could.
It's
just not as fun.
Yeah,
for one party,
and you're gonna find
for
shit
both
at the
parties.
end.
Yeah, just not.
I'd rather just slide it into.
Let's just take a stop. Let's just stop by CVS.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Let's just
make it easier for us.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Every religion is inherently wise, but gets monetized. I keep using the word monetized. I see it on YouTube all the time.
Because I'm thinking it, man.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about, like...
Well, that's what this context requires us. It requires to monetize. So that's why it's just like the Midnight Gospel, how, like, oh, you have to create the goop, the machines, get the machine going type shit.
Yeah.
That's what money is. Oh, yeah, no, green goop. That's what it was, right?
Oh, dude, I didn't make that. I didn't make the parallel. That actually is kind of true.
Wait, really?
I didn't make the parallel.
I got all the parallels, and that's why I was like, this is...
You know what I want to do with you?
I saw it, and I was like, this is just this is another, like, interpretation of a Bible. It's like another just because I got it doesn't mean other people got it.
Yeah, and the green goop, and that's how I monetize it.
But yeah, that's what it was. It's like green goop is just like, oh shit, we need more money.
Yeah. And
that's what the simulation. That's what I was. It relates to what I was saying earlier. It's like, how is money inherently human? This is money is the most alien shit I've ever thought of.
It literally is, dude.
That's what
normally it's just bartering and trading. You know?
Where's it all going to?
Or you just be nice.
It's literally made up. How do you convince people that this is the system? Like, I don't know, whatever.
Well, maybe have you heard about, like, the whole grand amnesia thing that happened between some point and some point?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't remember. I can't remember.
Neither. I'm just like,
I haven't read any books or, history about what truly happened between these two times. I don't think anybody truly has a good picture about how. And look, fireworks, because it's fucking happening. We're fucking doing it. But it also and this is because the thing is, there's two camps. Yep. There are people who will say it's fake, and this is where it gets fun. Yep. There's people who say it gets fake.
This is society.
Or that these guys are actually fucking onto something.
Republicans, Democrats.
It could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Could be like Anonymous or whoever the fuck.
The Republicans are the ones saying they're full of shit.
Yeah, exactly. And the Democrats
are the young ones being like,
I think these guys are gonna be our gods, and I'm like, we're not gods. And if you say that,
we're saying we're not gods. Yeah. They're like, but we think
you are. And then Jordan comes in with the fucking skyrocketed knowledge from all this shit, saying, dude, I'm not a bad guy. Wait, no, wait, what? Oh, I just say Zemwa. A god is not a man. Easy enough. Okay, yeah, so throughout my journey, we'll call it my, Ram Dass was Richard Alpert at one point in time, and then he met Bhagavan someone.
I'm going to send you some talks by Jiddu Krishnamurti. He's, because there's the one, it's like...
This is how we do it. Because I'm production.
Well,
you are luck and goddamn good fortune.
yeah.
And very much hard work. Yes, because you actually listen to the thing, and you can. See, for me, I have a very hard time with retention because my mind is thinking in 50 different directions at all points in time, and I have to listen to 50 different things and make sure this thing is still recording. And we're at 39 minutes. We just passed 42 seconds, and that's pretty funny because my number is 42 and you're 39.
389.
And then this is so beautiful, and I really like this. And I want you to do a version of this in your art style, if you could, and I want that to be the T-shirt for the company that I'm starting. That I don't want to say the name of.
Don't worry. Yeah. I saw your page in media. I was like, "This is Jordan."
Yep. This is Jordan.
It's like it was the quote of like the quote that's on there. I was like, that's just basic. Does the quote mean it's like don't learn too much or you're fucking?
It was for Breonna Taylor.
For Breonna Taylor?
It was for Breonna Taylor.
What the quote initially gave off to me, it was like, don't look too hard into the abyss or you end up looking at something you don't like.
And that is fucking Kevin's.
And I was like,
that's exact. Yep.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yes! That's exactly what I'm trying to tell people. It's like, don't, like, that's
Hold on, I'm actually going to read the quote because it was actually really good.
That's what I explain as, like, bad trips. Like, people don't have, it's not, you had a bad trip. You just inherently saw the thing whether you were ignoring it or like disregarding it, most of the time you knew it was there and you didn't want to acknowledge it. That's what fucks people up on acid trips, I've realized.
All right, the flowers we pull have roots deep. Hold on, I'll do it again. The flowers we pull have roots deep. Hope no one pulls triggers on good niggers while you sleep. That's the quote.
Yeah, that inherently in my head was like, I don't know why I can't vocalize it in my head. It's like, we understand the message. My brain is like, don't pull so. It's because it relates back to one of the greatest things that I got from the ego to that was like, keep it simple, stupid. Don't pull the roots too hard. It's like
exactly.
Or you're just like you'll shoot, like you'll literally kill yourself trying too hard.
Yeah, dude.
Like
fucking ridiculous.
So it was me at the gym today. I was like, because I went yesterday and I was like, I haven't been here in days, and I went really hard. And I went back today because I was like, I recovered a lot faster than usual and I broke a goal. So let me go back today, and I was like, well, I could easily go for a half an hour more and double up my cardio. I'm gonna not, because that way I can come back tomorrow and then I'll actually be healed.
It's
weird.
Up the mountain.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This whole existence shit is a trip. Are we heading out?
I'm good. I want to keep doing this, man. But ending thoughts on this, because this is 40 minutes. We can go to 42 minutes. Cap it 42:39.
What's the
ending thoughts? The way we should do this is it should be me and you, because if anything, we obviously vibe well.
Wait, do what?
This is for the production side. This is how we monetize it. This is how we get money into this, so we can eventually do that shit. Notice how I didn't start it with this. Say, Kevin, we're gonna sit down. We're gonna have a conversation, and then you're gonna show me this thing, and then I'm gonna be, because that's a perfect thing, and it flows into everything. I just have to accept it. Because for Jordan, his thing is patience. Patience and persistence is Jordan's thing.
Kevin's thing is work.
Work. Yeah. Work.
Just give me food so I can work.
Work. Literally.
That's what I've realized. That's why I like being alone. Because everyone's like, or not. It's not that everyone. It's the whole thinking and talking part is inherently like important. But that's what I realized on my ego day. It's like what you lose. That's why I leave that quote on my thing. Is whatever I lose by thinking, I'll always find it by just getting lost in momentum of something that I want to do. Okay, and even if I do fit, and even if like I do something and it goes out bad, that's not like a bad thing. That's a sign. It's like it's not the thing that I was doing is bad. It's like either the intensity was bad, or I needed this for knowledge so I can apply this somewhere else.
This is it.
So it's like I'll never not be lost in the momentum of something. That's why I like being alone, because I've realized that everyone needs like a lot of reassurance or they're still in the phase where they're like, my friend was like, oh, let's go do this, let's go to this place. But every time we go to a place, he just like keeps. It's like the whole meme of like, haha, I'm depressed and haha, we're just doing things. I'm like, okay, bro,
just do it.
We get it. But like that was me like 3 phases ago, bro. Catch up. Like we're like get lost. Like find something you want to do before you end up like inherently being lost and like jerking off in your sadness and working for the USPS.
It's still okay to do that if you.
It's still okay to do that
if
you want to do.
If you want to, but
that's my whole point.
Have the thing on the side. You know.